Well, good evening. I'm your host, Robert Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom, presenting 7 reasons why fresh air liberates me. Now, I want you to imagine or pretend you're in the spring of the year, the flowers are in full bloom, the streams are flowing gently to the rivers, to the ocean, and the grass is green and air is fresh. So when you walk out of your house or out of someplace right after a spring rain, I want you to imagine or pretend and take a deep breath, smelling that fresh air that opens the way for you to energetically feel the freedom of the air. As the rain, as I'm awakened and aware, I energetically smell the rain through the earthly breezes of a bold, enterprising energy. As the rain fresh air is autonomous audacity that awakens my intuition, imagination, innovation, and inspiration. As the flowers are blooming, mirrors your imagination. The river is your intuition flowing to you from everywhere. As the air is the inspiration, as the skies and the mountains and all the greenery are your imagination, illuminating your world with a free flowing foresight that ignites your light of life. Is just like spring is the beginning of life for a lot of things. So as we sing our songs of sovereign ingenuity, naturally galvanizing the wise, as I realize my rain fresh air, autonomous audacity dissolves stagnation, activating sovereign here and now wows of wisdom, optimism, wanderer's splendor. As every inhale unfurls vitality, daring energetic prescience to rise and shine beyond the limitations of my comfort zone cloning. As I now understand, my comfort zone is my limitations. As my featureless canvas, a celebration is my endless flow of foresight, ignites my light of life as each breath energizes boundless expansion of my dreamer's dexterity, amplifying grandeur. Opens the omnified optimism as my rain fresh air flows through my veins and arteries to color the world with my dreamer's dexterity. As I smell the rain fresh air, I feel the freedom of me flow like the rivers to the ocean. As I beam liberated brilliance, communicating away structured cultured recollections of my yesterdays, opening up my here and now as I am rain fresh, as my rain fresh air excites my debonair flare, illuminates my trails of triumph that chauffeurs me to my beaches of ravishing relaxation as I effortlessly set on my seashores of splendor, relaxing in my lazy boy of inner joy, enjoying my life my way. As I admire the flowers of my imagination, I bloom in a bold, lively, optimistic, omnific mystique as the fresh air, as my rain fresh air energetically liberates me from me. And that's the thing about all this. It's about liberating me from me. You can make it as complicated as you desire, but you're really just liberating you from you. And that's something I really, really understand as I liberate me from me. Because it's my viewpoints, them are all my images and all my thoughts, thinking, and everything that goes through me. And I think that's in the outside world is really inside me. So my fresh air of dare energetically liberates me for me, sprees my spirit poise, revolutionizes, energizes, emancipating elegance, omnifies my optimism, expands me out of my cultural conventional limits, enterprises, boundless scenarios of stunning success. As I am blessed with a bright, liberated essence, stream, sovereign elegance, as I easily dance with my life of leisure. As the definition of omnified optimism dissolves cultural constraints, attuning liberated frequencies of foresight, intuitive scenarios of stunning bliss, magically fashion designs my pristine, magnificent scenery of my dreamers' paradises. As we are the Picassos, the liberators, we are the leaders of our life. And when you stop following what other people are doing and opening up to smelling your fresh air of your daredevil sprees of spirit prowess, you wow yourself out of yourself. That is, and the thing about smelling the rain fresh air, you can just smell it and admire it. And then you can color your world with your dreams, desired lifestyle, accomplished outcomes. As your fashion designer dexterity colors your pristine, magnificent scenery of your desired lifestyle, you witness, observe, and experience your lush desired lifestyles and moneyed up accomplished outcomes. As your fresh air daredevilry dissolves cognitive stagnation, attuning intuitive insight, ignites your sovereign flow of foresight, liberates optimistic wisdom to show you the way through life with as liberating invitations, fostering enterprising dexterity. As I immediately rise out of my thinking, knowing thoughts to expand out of self-taught constraints. And see, that's something I really have opened up. Everything I think is holding me back, I taught myself. And all the enemies I think are in the physical world, they're inside me. So I liberate me from me by understanding the world shows me the way to my limitations and my bliss. But as I witness my limitations in the physical world, they're actually within me. See, my spirit and heart and soul, or whatever the mystical pioneers of my life are, they're going to show me to my limitations. And they're also going to show me to my bliss. But it's up to me to have the courage to witness the bliss or fall into the cultural conditioning of the pessimism inside me. So when I rise out of the pessimistic thoughts, thinking, and knowing to expand of my sovereign liberation, I illuminate internal brilliance, energizing, rebellious, adventurous, trend-setting, innovating, omnified nous, to let go of the louses, to liberate optimism, unleashing sovereign liberation within my veins of fame and my arteries of artistic agility, to understand life is like a gymnastics competition, because it's going to see whether you can do the pole vault or do the runway, or what you can do. Are we going to cave in to the obstacles of our life? And I have caved into the obstacles of my life. But 2 years ago, I could never admitted that. So whatever you want to be liberated from, you admit it to yourself. I admit to me I'm free to feel the rebellious elegance, entertain my brain with a bold rebel rousing, adventurous intuition naturally chauffeurs me to my paths of triumph. See, we clear our own paths by letting go of the funky gunk of our self-taught torment. You know, when I admitted that to myself, all my gunk inside me is self-taught. That kind of was it was an awakening, but it kind of says, huh? That's not right. I shouldn't have done that, but I did. And see, when you can admit it to yourself, you don't have to go into all the drama of it, and then you kind of turn your nose up, make fun of it, and then question and comprehend your paths out of it. See, life isn't about answers and solutions. Life is about paths. Paths of enlightenment, trails of triumph, beaches of bountiful bliss. Because the bigger the chaos, the bigger the bliss. The more omnified the bliss is. As I expand out of my self-taught constraints, I swiftly frees my here and now acumen from and clears away my conditioned recollections as I swiftly realize and esteem every inhale energizes vitality. I want to explain something there. I really opened up, and I got a class coming out, another liberating lingo, but it's about letting go of energize, enterprise, experience, and anything with en to inner, because it energizes to energize. It enterprises to enterprise. See, the enterprise comes from here, the enterprise from there. It's my energizing vitality unfurls enlightenment into endeavoring aspirations where experience isn't filtered through limitation, but omnified into boundless adventures. How's that feel? Boundless adventures. And see, as you watch that river flow to the ocean, that's a boundless adventure. How does that mirror your life? See, something I've understood, and I've understood it for a long time, but I was too pig-headed to do it. But a river is a lot like life. It has a beginning, a now beginning, and it just flows to the river. And whether, it has chaos, floods, all that. But that's just like life. Chaos is an awakening, fissuring our stuck in the mud muck that we encompass in our comfort zone. I got plenty in there. As it isn't filtered through limitations of my comfort zone, but it's omnified by my inner wise to witness, observe, and enjoy boundless adventures, audaciously lets my fresh air, debonair flair dissolve my inherited constraints of cultural conditioning, energizes sovereign prescience. Prescience is seeing the future in your present moment. And something, I love the word prescience. All it is, if you look at the word, it's pre-science. But see, science and spirit go hand in hand. But we think we got to have science, but actually science comes from spirit. But who cares either way, as long as you rise, shine, and expand out of yesterday to ride the liminal carpet glide of today. Actually, that's an inner rising liminal carpet glide to feel the genuine, liberated internal dexterity expanding through life with the greatest of ease. That's something I really want to express to people. Everything you do is the greatest of ease. I've gotten done with something. I complained for weeks on how hard it was until about 2 years ago. One time I was doing something and it really was kind of a pain in the butt. But as I got done, I said, oh, that was easy. And if you say that was easy, it ain't taking away everything, but it's going to limit some of the, and I was the best at, so now it's just giggle. I make fun of it. If you can make fun of unsavory conditions in your life, even from the past, once you laugh, you liberate with audacity, unleashing galvanized hellraiser's tenacity to feel the liberation flow through your veins of fame. But that's an energetic feel. And see, everything we think is in the external world is in here. And when you open up to understand that, you're going to feel the liberation of you from you. And that's a simple saying. I can't say this enough to people. It's I am inner joy, enjoying life, liberating me from me. And that's a new word I just come up with this week is inner joy. When you say I am inner joy first thing in the morning, how do you feel? Nobody can tell you how to feel. That's the thing. Everybody's, well, I'm this and I'm that. I'm zero in your life. I can express how I do things in my life, but that's up to you to see whether that's going to expand, energize you, or it does nothing. Either way, all three ways are perfect. As my breath of wisdom, insight, clarity, and liberation bypass cognitive conditioning, unfurling inventors' innovations that are beyond my cultured, programmed identities and limitations into liberated attunement. That is tuning up your fiddles of foresight, individual daredevilry, dawns life's elegance to dance and be chauffeured through life with enlightened fresh air that amplifies your debonair flair. How's that feel? Amplifies your debonair flair to feel love, appreciate intuition, realizing you're wise and energized to experience life your way. That's something I really want people to do is get off the train tracks of society's thinking. See, society's thinking and knowing is like a train track. And it just swerves. And then when somebody hears something good, our subconscious mind has a follower's mentality. I know mine does. I've done it all my life, still do. But the thing about it is understanding it, recognizing it, and telling it to take a long walk on a short plank as I open up to my trailblazer brilliance to see off the train tracks of life or paths of enlightenment, trails of triumph, chauffeurs me down to my beaches of bountiful bliss. As I kiss my life of leisure, good afternoon, good morning, and good night. And as my debonair flair dissolves hesitation into sovereign expressions of life, love, and appreciation with gusto gratitude, energizes my pioneering prescience, radiates unapologetically, unfiltered, and omnified omnificence beyond my conventional thinking and cultured way of life. As I now admit and get, chaos, challenges, adversity, and controversy candidly clears away my delusional dismay of yesterday for me to energetically listen to the universe's breezes of easy street savvy, optimizes my inner wise that hearkens the sovereign liberation, politically incorrect inspirations, my energizer wisdom to eloquently express revolutionary revelations of my fresh air dare devilry. Decrees I dance every day, celebrating robust, enterprising energies to realize my spirit sprees my spirit prowess, rebelliously awakens my heart and soul to stream optimistic, ubiquitous love to the world. As I now listen, understand, and comprehend, my fresh air daredevilry instantly rises me out of thinking stagnation, knowing frustration, learn limitations, and the snobbery of books, unhooking my stay the same snookery of knowledge passed out of my life 10 seconds ago. I want everybody, I write 10 seconds ago because I want to let it go right here, right now. Boom. As chaos canonizes Hellraiser's omniscient, sovereign, sassy tenacity, swiftly blasts away my self-imposed delusional dismay, opens a way for me to smell my fresh air of dare that energizes my streaming, mystical, endeavoring life events, that I hearken with emancipating energy of my fresh air daredevilry, dissolve mental congestion, expressing my innovative inventors' idealisms that unfurls my autonomous clarity as each inhale awakens my here and now nirvana, bypassing the cognitive loops of my thinking memory mind and attuning perception to my sovereign flow of foresight, illuminating optimistic wanderer's curiosity as my optimistic oxygen amplifies vitality, rises out of my awakened and aware dares from an analysis to energetically expand, energize, and energize, breathing freely dissolves my self-imposed pattern mindsets and programming from society. Activating intuitive wizardry that is beyond my culture conditioned thoughts. And see, that's the thing. Thoughts are not spirit, they're culturally conditioned from knowledge, thinking, and knowing, as revelations are from your spirit because they come from out of nowhere to dare you to rise out of yourself onto your innovative foresight. As my intuitive innovations rise me beyond cultural conditioned thoughts, as my fresh air dare omnifies, awakening, daring to turning overthinking into effortless, peerless synchronization of my dreamer's dexterity, life of lush leisure, moneyed up accomplish outcome, streaming boundless, stunning scenarios of bountiful bliss as I sit on my lazy boy of relaxation on my beaches of bountiful bliss. And see, the thing is life is a flowing energy. And that is where people open up. And the flowing energy is within you. It's really flowing energy. And the more I learn about energy and taking the EN off of energy and putting energy, INER, it brings it in here as I am inner joy, experiencing the joy of my life. Because I listen, question, and I shut off my overthinking, stinking mind. And that is something I've really become awakened and aware of lately is if I start thinking about the stress of my life, I stay in the stress. But I start listening to the bliss, I kiss the serene serenity of my daily life with lionized internal fervor energy. It's about enjoying life rather than being in the rat race and all stressed out. It's about sitting on the beach of relaxation. You can be in the biggest turmoil of your life, but you can still relax. And actually, the more you relax, the more you listen to the breezes of brilliance from the universe, yourself, and all over. And you are in the fresh air of acumen, intuition, realizing you are wise and energized to dissolve all the stress, all the unwanted stuff in your life here and now. And I want to thank you for listening. I am Robert Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom. And it's really about understanding every day is rain, fresh air of flare, of debonair flare to you to witness love, appreciation, intuition, revolutionizing your life with health, wealth, and success your way. Thank you and good night.